Yeah, well, here we are on YouTube. That's right. Asshat Nathan, Corn Dog Ryan. Da 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 da.
That was horrible. Nathan, have you ever heard of Bon Jovi?
It was amazing, actually.
You ever heard of Bon Jovi?
Ever heard of Bon Jovi? No. Tell me more.
Well, they're a band from Chicago. No, they're a band from New Jersey. Look, you and I are 45 years old each, and so people are probably already like, "How can these guys be reacting?" This is a triple. What do you call it? It's a reaction to the songs we don't know, because there are a few.
Mm-hmm.
Review and a retro reaction. All these combined. So I know Bon Jovi a little bit more than Nathan. I've been like a what do you call it? Like a closet fan. Meaning like I enjoy their music when I hear a song from them, especially of course their singles and airplay songs. I've enjoyed them. They're rock and roll, hard rock, whatever you want to call it. I know in their later years they turned into kind of a softer rock, just as they've gotten older. But this is 1988 when this came out. You and I were 13 and are in the 8th grade when this came out, Nathan. If you can believe it, 7th or 8th grade when this came out. This was released September of 88. So yes, we were 8th grade when this came out.
Yeah.
So junior high, where we were already full on listening to, we were listening to kind of the harder rock stuff. We were kind of, we were listening to AC/DC and Aerosmith and Motley Crue at the time and what have you. At least I was. So Bon Jovi, as a teen, I probably would have been like, oh no, they're not hard enough, or they're not bad enough for me to like them. But there was a part of me at the same time. I was like, crap, they have good songs.
Well, I gotta say, cut in here because
yeah, please.
It was later after grade 8. It was we lived in a different place from. I'm trying to put the context here. I remember very distinctly grade 10 or 11 when Young Guns 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And Bon Jovi had the song that went with
John Bon Jovi, not Bon Jovi.
Not
John Bon Jovi.
Yes,
as a solo artist. Yes,
yeah.
The Young Guns 2 soundtrack. Yes,
and like we were so into that movie and how cool it was.
Yes. Still am. I love that movie. Love it, and I love that soundtrack.
I listened to that song over and over on repeat, just because I was just taken by it. It was one of those songs that I just couldn't stop listening
Blaze of Glory.
Yeah.
I love that album. The John Bon Jovi. Yeah, he was asked by Emilio Estevez, "Hey, can we borrow or can we have the song Wanted Dead or Alive for Young Guns 2?"
Yeah.
And John Bon Jovi is like, "Dude, I'll do something better. I'll write you original songs for your album or for your movie." And Emilio was like, "What?"
Yeah.
He literally, that's one of my favorite stories. So Emilio just said, and John's like, "I'm kind of bored. I'll just write you an album." And so Emilio was like, "Yeah, let's do this." So that's the story of that. And I actually was a huge John Bon Jovi. It's funny, because I loved that movie so much, and I loved everything associated with it, and I loved that solo album. I actually bought John Bon Jovi's next solo album, and I was also a John Bon fan more than a Bon Jovi fan in a weird way, and I don't know why that is. Anyways, all that being said, that's our background. I think it's important that people know our history with the band. So we knew the radio hits, so of course there's songs right away. Lay Your Hands on Me is the opening track to this album. Nathan, you know this song?
I think so. I'm pretty sure I do.
I think you will when you hear it. I think you'll know when you hear it. I know it very well. So we're doing this recording in 2 parts. We're basically doing side A and side B at a different recording date. But that's the overall. I mean, so ultimately, and I get not to say the hate. There's a lot of people that hate for no reason. I get it. But Bon Jovi, they play good music and they play fun music, and but definitely it's our age group. But if you're a younger kid who is a part of our channel, and you like Ryan and Nathan, our stuff, take a listen to, the stuff that these corn dogs and asshats, we kind of grew up with this music. But I'm actually looking forward to hearing songs from this album that I haven't heard before, because there are a few. But I think side 1 I almost know completely, but side 2 I don't know as much. But this will be a bit of a retro reaction as well as we go, oh yeah. And we'll talk about how we feel about the song afterwards. So let's start with side 1, song 1, lay your hand. This is an interesting song actually to have for an opening track. I'm going to be honest with you. So interesting.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Recognize it? Almost has the Def Leppard sound from
Yeah, it does sound
Hysteria. Remember the song?
Yeah, this part I figured I'd remember, and I remember the chorus.
Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands on me.
It's a gospel choir.
Yeah.
Come on.
Turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up.
I'm willing and able. Help me lay my cards out on the table. You're mine and yours for the taking. Right now the rules they made are meant for breaking. What you get ain't always what you see. What satisfaction is guaranteed. They say what you give is always what you what you gotta do is lay 'em on me. Come on, come on, come on. Everybody gonna help me now. I can feel people sing. I can hear my heart sing. If you wanna lay 'em on me, come on now.
I recognize this part.
Lay your hands on me. You want me to? All you gotta do. Lay your hands on me. Lay 'em down. Lay 'em down. Don't turn around now. Lay your hands on me.
All right. Well, that's fun. So, I mean, it's funny. A lot of emotions going through my head because this is a bit of a retro. This is calling back to our youth. We're 13 when this album came out, and again, I never owned this album. Nathan asked me. I don't know if it was during the recording. If I ever owned this, I never owned it. In fact, we talked about the first Bon Jovi album I owned was the Young Guns 2 soundtrack. Then John's next studio album, the solo album. But then the first Bon Jovi album actually I ever owned, when I finally let go of my pride that these guys are a couple of corn dog asshat bands, was the album that had the Keep the Faith. Yeah, Keep the Faith. I really, really like that album. It's kind of a mature, because this sound here, and I love it because it's totally my wheelhouse. It's a hard rock, kind of a little bit of glam rock mixture sounds in it, and I admit this is the kind of stuff I love right away. I get into it, and I listen to this like, I should have listened to these guys probably as a teenager. I don't know why I didn't buy their albums back when I was a teen. I think I just viewed them as not bad boy enough for me because I was listening to Guns N' Roses and stuff. So I think I can't listen to these guys. These guys are. We used to call people that were kind of. I don't want to use the term that I'm thinking of. Not strong or cool type guys. We call them Jovies.
Jovies? Oh, really?
Remember that?
I don't remember calling them Jovies.
They were, or people were called Jovies when they were. I guess also people were also called Jovies in a derivative term if they kind of liked hair metal music or something like that too. Maybe that was it or something.
Yeah.
It was a derogatory term.
It
was a way of
the word prep sometimes.
Yeah,
Preps. And...
I was definitely a prep. But yeah, so I love the gospel choir singing because it's a play on words, right? The idea that this is a spiritual experience that I'm having because you've laid your hands on me, which is in the religion world, laying your hands on somebody provides some strength or comfort or healing. But this is obviously a sexual innuendo where laying your hands on me and passion, and we get that's the idea here. So it's a juxtaposition of where you do have the gospel choir singing this gospel song, but it's actually him talking about he wants to be, fondled by his girl.
It's interesting. I was just like, that's part of what my reaction to that was like, because I don't know much of the song. I know the chorus. I knew the whoa part, and that was it. But these kinds of songs are kind of what I remember a lot of the 90s being, where you have a lot of innuendo, a lot of like double meanings, but not super explicit. And maybe, like you're saying, maybe that was one of our like, well, it's not cool enough then, kind of levels.
Sure.
But I do kind of miss this kind of sound.
It's great production sound, by the way.
Well,
it's Bruce Fairbairn.
As the heyday, like this was probably super popular. I don't remember it, but it was probably like really, really popular when it came out. And these days it feels like what's really popular is not innuendo anymore. It's
right.
It's like explicit, like, oh, instead of talking about lay your hands on me, like, why don't we just say what we're doing and make that
WAP.
WAP. It's like, okay. Anyway, I miss the days of innuendo. And
Yeah, I do too. And that's a good point. Sorry, I was going to say I stepped on you, Nathan. I was just wanting to also point out this was produced in Little Mountain Studios. That's based in Vancouver. Okay. Huge albums came out that we love. So Bruce Fairbairn was the producer of this album. Great sounding producer. Rest in peace. He passed away in the late 90s. But he's produced Aerosmith's Get a Grip, Primitive Vacation, Pump. so he has that very bombastic, cool sound. He's also done other bands that we've enjoyed and like growing up. So he's the producer, as people know. They're like the director of a movie, but for the album, they kind of hey, let's try this sound. Let's have this. So this is a very bombastic sounding, loud, great polished production. Really. Okay, let's go on with. Of course, we all know Bad Medicine, but it's probably been a while since you've heard it in full. I've never listened to. I've never read the lyrics. So I'll be interested just to actually read the lyrics here verbatim.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Here we go.
Oh, it brings back memories. Bon Jovi is always big on the keys.
That's where I thought it started right there.
Okay, that's what he says there. I never caught what they say there. There you go, doctor.
I didn't know that it was about love.
I miss solos, man. Like, it's fun to listen to.
I'm not doing.
Oh no, John. Oh, here we go, John. Okay. Channeling this Bruce Springsteen there.
Your love is like bad medicine. Bad medicine's what I need. Whoa, shake it up. It's like bad medicine. You got the potion that can cure my disease. Your love, bad medicine. Your gifts.
Yeah, this is another one of those songs that I wasn't sure what it was about.
I honestly believed it was about drugs.
That's
Like
what I
honestly, I thought it.
I thought it was about alcohol. Actually, I thought it was like.
You thought it was alcohol?
Yeah, well, for some reason I thought I've seen this song, and like someone's holding like a bottle of alcohol, their eyes X'd out, and they're just kind of like, and it says bad medicine. So that's the image in my head for years actually, and I just thought, oh, it must be about like getting drunk.
Yeah, I obviously remember the song in our youth and the chorus and what have you. But it's my first time reading the lyrics. Lyrics are, they're clever. It's funny. I'm really enjoying this, by the way. It's kind of these last two songs is a retro reaction, but we're still speaking to it like kind of how it sounds today. 88 to like 33 years later.
Yeah.
It's there's bands today that are rock bands who probably wish they could play a song like this.
Right.
It like at the end of the day, it's there's a reason why it sold like 10 million. It sold 7 million copies alone in the States, let alone worldwide, and who knows how much it's been streamed. I guarantee if I went on YouTube, this would probably have 100+ million views for their videos. There's a reason why it's fun and catchy, and there's a reason why people enjoy it, and I get it.
This sound is different for the 1988. This particular sound of like, kind of the epic, big drum, everyone going whoa, together, kind of sound.
I love it's called chorus. What do you call that? Gang chorus. I love that.
Yeah.
I have always enjoyed that when the band's also it has that gang chorus. So 41 million views on YouTube. That's not too bad for their official music video.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
So
more than we'll ever have. And I was gonna say I've always heard the lyrics wrong when it says your love is like bad medicine. Mm-hmm. I always thought they said cut up like bad medicine.
Oh.
When you miss for here. That's why I thought it was like you cut up, the crack cocaine or whatever, cut up the cocaine lines. I thought it was cut up. It's like, so I thought it was literally talking. I knew it was about love too. I thought I thought it was talking about love and drugs.
Right.
But it's just the idea is that this is a dangerous girl, a girl that's bad news, but he loves her anyways because it's his addiction to kiss her and stuff. And I mean, really, it's a harmless lyrics when you read them. And I was also going to say it's the way he's singing, especially like what it's actually to do that kind of sing is hard to do, and just not sound like you're just. It's hard to explain. Like, I know it's not complicated to do this compared to some of the other bands that we've reacted to in the sense of like, oh, it's, people that are music geniuses in their own right. They might look at this as simplicity, but the idea, though, too, is like you're providing something that's fun. And I don't know. Not everything has to be... Some things can be fun. They don't have to be complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also miss guitar solos. When I heard that solo by Richie Sambora, which is great. He's a great guitarist. Like, oh, that's a ripping solo. It's fun. It's fun to listen to. I miss solos in songs like this, Anyways, I'm having fun. Retro reaction. Now, the next song I do know very well. It's actually legitimately a very, very good song. I think you might know it when you hear it. Do you recognize the title, Born to Be My Baby?
No.
You might recognize it if you hear it. I'd be surprised if you've never heard it before.
Okay.
But it's actually a really good song. I legitimately like the song.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's a really good rock song. It really is.
Jobs, 'cause there's bills to pay. We got something that can't take away our love, our life. Close the door, leave the cold outside. I don't need nothing when I'm by your side. We got something that'll never die. Our dreams, our pride. My heart beats like a drum all night. Let's
wow. Okay. I don't know why I've always loved this one.
So there's like a tiny little bit in there that I'm like, that sounds maybe like I've heard it. But the only thing it made me think of is maybe I danced to that at somebody's wedding.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like they played it while everyone was like, and I was kind of like, oh, it's a Bon
Well,
Jovi song.
Make sure you react to it then. What's your reaction to the song? Did you like it or no? You're a tough sell.
I know. Well, I'll be honest. I'm almost having some of the flashbacks that I was having as a teenager, going like, do I like this music? Like, is Bon Jovi a sound that I enjoy? Did I enjoy it as a teenager? I wasn't drawn to it, other than like the songs that I really liked. This one feels like it sure sounds like a lot of other songs in my mind. It's just the way that it sounds. It sounds like very similar to a lot of other music, so it's kind of like
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's a fun song. I really I don't know why. Like I guess I'm an easy date. I don't know. But no, that's fine. Look, every artist has their own. I hope you like more to come because there's a song coming up on side one that I actually really, really, really like. I don't know why I know because it's not even a single because I've never owned this album. Because the next song we're about to listen to, it was released as a single. The Living in Sin. I think
this was one of the ones I thought that I would probably know.
Well, this might be one where see Bon Jovi's the type of band that you show me the title and I'll tell you if I know it. if that makes sense. Then there might be a couple songs like, oh, that was like, oh yeah, that one. But there's very few of those because I know most of their hits, so to speak. Like I've actually seen them live in 2008, and they put on a great show in Vancouver. Yeah, it was fun because they played all their hits. So for me, as a casual fan, I mean, because I never really buy their stuff, right? But it was like on a whim. It was like my wife and I at the time, we just thought, okay, let's go see Bon Jovi in Vancouver. We did, and we had a great time. It was a great, fun show. You know, you're not going to be bored listening to these songs. You know,
Right.
they played the songs we've heard so far. I think they played all three of those. But "Living in Sin," it was officially a single from this album. It was the last one they released, and it's a ballad. It looks like, and I don't think. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to hear. It'll be interesting when we hear it. If
you recognize it,
remember it. Yeah, if I recognize it. So let's check it out. But I guess it's a ballad. There's that 80s feel.
Sounds really familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not at all with me. I'll have to wait till the chord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It almost sounds like George Michael's father figure.
Kind of, yeah.
I haven't heard
I'm
this.
purposely not looking at the lyrics because I'm trying to see if I can guess the lyrics that are coming up.
Okay. Probably been 30 years I've heard it. If I have.
Definitely on the radio. Or like slow dance at a dance.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Turn out the lights, or will that ring a diamond when your heart is made of stone? You can talk but still say nothing. You stay together but alone. Oh, is it right to hold you and kiss your lips goodnight? But I promise it's forever if you sign it on a dotted line. Oh, baby, can you tell me just where?
Definitely slow dance with the song. As a youth.
Hey baby, can you tell me?
It was a school slow dance.
I call it
I don't remember the girl.
call it living sin.
Probably thought I was living in sin.
World we're living on love, or are we living in sin? I don't know, just where we fit in. Sometimes it scares me.
nice song. I mean, look, Bon Jovi and John Bon Jovi. Yeah, I mean, especially in '88, this guy was a rock god and a swooner for the ladies. They certainly knew how to. That's the thing. They would put on a show or they put on music where both the boyfriend and girlfriend can listen to.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're in the car ride, and it's like, honey, I don't. I see you have Justice for All in your tape deck. Can you put that in? Can we put in Bon Jovi's New Jersey? And you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, kind of meet your girl halfway. I mean, this is it's a typical '80s ballad, but I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's funny though. I don't remember the song, Nathan. It's weird that you remember it. I don't recall it at all.
Yeah, I think I was dancing to that song in like a grade 8 or grade 9 dance. And it's probably I was living in sin back then with my mullet.
Ooh.
As I danced away the night.
Well, it's interesting. The lyric
back and forth.
The lyrics were. Sorry, I'm stepping on you. I apologize.
It's all right.
I didn't know when that imagery was going to end.
I didn't know when that song was going to end. It kind of went for a while.
But it was interesting because it was a little bit of a. He's basically saying the song too is kind of young lovers, probably teenagers in the story, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're basically saying like our parents are mad at us that we're fooling around. It's basically what they're saying. Like we're fooling around. Mm-hmm. Often we see when someone's living in sin, they're not married and they're having sex, but they live together.
Right.
But this song is more about just the idea that these two kids are fooling around and love each other. And it's like, why is it that we're being criticized when our parents, like, they might be married, but they freaking hate each other. They have hearts of stone and they're angry all the time. But we're the ones who are living in sin. So it's an interesting philosophical discussion for people. Like, who's the greater quote unquote sinner? The two kids who are in love and be nice to each other, or their parents who are married, but they hate each other. Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. I thought that was cool. I thought it was an interesting thought experiment. All right, but yeah, so that was a nice song. Not a typical ballad in the sense of typical, but it's an '80s rock ballad, which I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed those, but I don't. It's weird that I don't remember it, even though it was a single. So that's interesting.
Yeah, like you knew the last one and I knew this one.
Yeah, it is weird. Again, because you and I didn't own this album, so it's just our own. Even though we were best friends, obviously at the time too, especially, but we just never. I would never say, "Hey, Nathan, check out." You just would have heard it however you heard, and I just never. I would never sought it out to listen to, so I just never heard it. Yeah. The next one though, "Blood on Blood," it really is a good song. Like I think you'll like this one. I hope. I hope if you don't like this one, then you might not like this album at all. I don't know what to tell you. I mean. And I don't know why I know it again because I never owned the album, but I think this has been on compilation albums that I've heard because I've owned a couple of their compilation albums, greatest hits albums, or on my iPhone even. So this is legit a great song. So I think it is, but you probably won't like anything. Just joking. I'm just.
I like it right away.
Oh, good.
Well, I can still remember when I was just a kid. Friends were friends forever, and what you said was what you did. Well, it was me and Daddy and Mommy. We cut each other's hands, held tight to a promise. Only brothers understand. Oh, we were so young. One for all and all for one. Just as sure that the river's gonna line. Blood on blood, one on one. When still the standard when all was said and done. Blood on blood, one on one.
Is that what did you say?
It said nice vocals.
Oh yeah.
Really strong.
Kingdom come.
Got more to come in this one. Yeah.
Blood on blood.
Great bass line too, bro.
Bobby was our hero, 'cause he had this fake ID. When I got busted stealing cigarettes, Bobby took the rap from me. But then I knew this white trash girl, we each flew in a 10. She took us to this cheap motel and turned us into men. But we were so young, one for all and all for one, just as sure as the river gonna run. Blood on blood, one on one. We'd still be standing when all was said and done. Blood on blood, one on one. And I'll be there for you till kingdom come. Like blood on blood, yeah. Now Bobby's an uptown lawyer, and Teddy's a medicine man. Well, me, I'm just a singer in a long-hair rock and roll band. Through the years, the miles between us, it's been a long and lonely ride. But if I got that call in the dead of the night, I'd be right by your side. Blood on blood, like blood on blood. Yeah. Just like blood, blood on blood, like blood, just like blood, brothers. Yeah. Like blood on blood, one on one. We'd still be standing when all was said and done. Blood on blood, one on one. And I'll be there for you till kingdom come. Like blood on blood, yeah. Blood on blood, like blood on
So I have a couple
Your
of
thoughts?
predictions, or at least guesses about this song. I would guess that for some people, this song is going to be like a really powerful trigger of emotions, and that it would, it would be something that they really like. I don't know. They have a almost a spiritual connection to, in that sense. Like they would feel this, huge attachment to it. So I want to say that at the outset, because I certainly don't want to tread on anyone's like nostalgic connection to a song like this, because I get there's some strong binds to songs like these. I don't have that connection because it wasn't something I listened to back then. But again, I can see why some people would really just be like, don't say anything bad about this song because it's so good. It's my thing, right? Yeah, I like this song. What I see here is more of almost like a country music style approach to lyrics and storytelling in songs. Even in his voice, which I didn't. Maybe that was part of what turned me off of him back then. Was the voice has an accent that I'm kind of like when I listen to it even now, I'm kind of like, oh, he's kind of like putting this accent on for the songs, and it's not my thing, but I still I can appreciate that some people really like I say will find this to be just like cleansing, it brings them back to a time, and that's very cool. I can appreciate it from that perspective. So there you go.
All right. No, it's you don't have to fall. Here's the thing, Nathan. Here's the thing. This. Oh, we forgot to say at the very beginning. I am so bad. I'm so bad. This is a Patreon request, and I feel terrible that we haven't announced that. And okay, while I'm looking for that, I just want to make sure I get the name right. Yes. The reason why we're doing this is, one, it's a Patreon request, so that's the biggest reason. Otherwise, I don't think I could just get Nathan to sit down and listen to Bon Jovi. But I'm glad I am, because this. Well, I don't mean that against Bon Jovi. That's not the point. The point is that we're both working fathers and parents. It's hard for us to just let's sit down and listen to an album together. Right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, something about the song. I am nostalgic. I think that's in my soul. I don't know why that it is.
It is,
but not that I just like looking back at my life, like I holding on to the past type nostalgia. I just there's something about you and I are best friends and grew up that way, and there's something romantic about childhood and youth and riding bikes and getting into trouble or mischief, all that kind of stuff. And so this song, though we obviously we didn't smoke growing up, we certainly didn't go to a cheap motel with some girl that we shared with each other, but we did what we shared with talking about girls and growing up together, because we met each other when we were 11 or 12, and right through those crazy years of girls and feelings and puberty and all that stuff that young boys do, and we got into antics and shoot off fireworks and all that stuff. But riding our bikes, getting in trouble, feeling emotional about things. So I listened to the song, and I don't even know if John necessarily went through this stuff for real, but he probably same thing. He has memories of his youth as a child, and his friends went on to different journeys. Because he says, I'm in a long-haired rock and roll band. I thought that was great. I love the rolling drum work, the bass line. I love it when you hear piano in rock and roll. We talked about that with our some of our reactions. So we got that here. We got the actual piano sound of the rock sound. It's no mystery that John is a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. They're both from Jersey. So this is a very Bruce Springsteen-esque type song and lyrics and spirit. A little bit faster than Bruce usually does. Basically, Bon Jovi is almost Bruce Springsteen rock and roll, and so that's probably why I like both so much, because Bruce is both are incredible. I think Bon's actually a pretty good lyric writer. I think, and he's young here. He's only 26. He's 26 here, and this is his 4th album.
Wow.
So, it is amazing. So, can you imagine being 26, touring the world, and this album sells 7 million copies in the U.S. alone? You're like, you're on top of the world. Yeah. And to John's credit, and to most of the band's credit, I think they stayed out of trouble. There's no real, they weren't the bad boys of rock and roll. They were pretty clean, and they were pretty there. I think Richie might have had some alcohol issues, but and then speaking of Richie. If you listen to it, the more you listen, you hear the background vocal, and there's a lot of great. Richie's incredible vocalist in his own right. He's incredible background vocals. Really complements John very well. They're basically the King and Mick of rock and roll. They complement each other with their lyric playing or their lyrics and singing. And Richie's a great guitarist. He's a great lick writer himself. When he does those solos, they're fun, they're bombastic, but Richie's got a really great voice that complements John's when they do the chorus stuff. You'll hear it more, but if you hear a standalone background vocal, it's not John's, it's Richie doing the background vocal. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, last song for our part 1, and that's 6 to 12 songs. So we'll do the last one. It's and then we'll record part 2 at a later date. But for viewing purposes, they're all going to be attached together. So people are like, why are you telling me this? Because our clothes will probably change. But this is a Patreon request from Sharon. Sharon, thank you so much. She enjoys our channel, if you can believe it. I don't know why. She says that she says she wanted us to do this reaction because apparently, Nathan, we are so SO capital entertaining.
Oh, well, thank you.
So there you go. Nathan, so make sure you're more entertaining because she's counting on us.
Okay, I'll try really hard to be entertaining.
All right. So this next song, I'm definitely 99% sure I've never heard before because now we're really getting to the territory. Like I said before, the first side of the album, so to speak, or the first 6 songs, I knew most of them. Living in Sin, I was like, I probably haven't heard of it. But this one here, Homebound Train.
No.
I bet it's going to have speaking of country, Nathan, I bet it's going to have a country sound to it.
I bet you will too.
But I'm 99% sure if I've ever heard it, it was 33 years ago, if then, because I've never owned the album. This was not a single, and I don't think this is a concert staple. So yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, here we go. All aboard.
All aboard. Yeah,
Ooh, slide guitar.
a little bit bluesy. Yeah.
I bet you the drums are gonna go.
Oh, maybe. Okay, we're wrong. It's a rocker. Older guitar tone, like earlier 80s.
Well, I was just a boy. The devil took my hand, took me from my home, made me a man. He don't talk to me about sympathy now, 'cause you can't think you can take a chance on your rosary now. I'm going down, 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 down.
So,
take a train, 'cause I know this slow. All the way back home. Only homebound train. I'm going down, 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 down.
Yeah, it's like let's do a bit of good concert song. Give drag out the jam.
yep.
That's what we thought I was going to be the whole way through. They tricked us.
Wow. Here's my. I'll just say my little thing here.
Well, that's why we're doing this.
I know, no, but I want to say it first. I think
Okay,
this
of course.
is best song on the album.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I like to hear that.
It has, John's singing there really strong. Got some harmonica in there. I always love me a harmonica.
Yeah.
And a little bit of like the blues is really strong in there. The guitar, or the awesome solo. It was a hands down excellent solo. And then even the
longest one too so far.
And then the beat was just really unique. I guess that I love unique stuff. So here's a song that's like, oh, this is a Bon Jovi song. I wouldn't have guessed that from hearing the first, minute of it, just because it doesn't sound like, oh, here's a Bon Jovi song. It's more like this is us getting to play around and show off our licks. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely never heard that song before, so that was a real treat. So there you go, officially, so 2 of the 6 songs I haven't heard, or one, not for a long time. But this one was fun, totally fun, great rocker. It took me, I thought, I called it, it's going to be kind of a country, maybe a little bit of a country type, rock song. But no, they just went to very old school, guitar sound at the beginning, and then it changed a little bit. And then we had that breakdown with the band. We had the keyboards going. We had everyone kind of took a turn with the bass solo keyboards. This is a song. Maybe they did play it live in '88 when they didn't have quite the big library. Well, 4 studio albums, but maybe they play this one live and they could jam it to it a little bit. This would be a fun jam song where the band could extend it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. By the way, I was thinking when we stepped away from part 1, and it's like, man, that's just a lot of fun. For me, it's an easy reaction. And what I mean by that is just I'm just having a good time. But I'm actually really interested what the second side, or the second half of the album sounds like, because from the track listing, Nathan, I only recognized for sure one song, and that is, of course, the I'll Be There For You. Mm-hmm. I think Stick to Your Guns I may have heard. I don't know. I may be getting that mixed up with another song from another band. But right now it's a Wild. Well, look at this. We got Wild as the Ride. Okay. Ride Cowboy
Wild
Ride. Sorry, Wild as the Wind. Ride Cowboy Ride. Stick to Your Guns. It's like a little, and then the Homebound Train. It's a little bit of like a Western country type, at least like titles, And I know John, of course, with the Young Guns, he must have a love for Western. And I know their later albums, they really did start doing kind of country rock. Like, what's the one? The tour that I saw in 2008 was Lost Highway. It's almost like a country rock album. It's a great album, which I love it. But it's very kind of like adult country rock. So I think John's always had an affinity for country. So we'll see if that happens here with this side, or if it's just the names of the songs sound country-ish.
I suspect that John had an influence on country. Do you know what I mean? Like that country went kind of like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah, a little bit of rock, a little bit of bad boy, a little bit of yeah. All right, here we go. Wild as the Wind. Oh, and of note, Nathan, one of the co-writers for this song is Diane Warren. Diane Warren. She's a big co-writer of a lot of movies and films and stuff.
Oh.
So she's a prominent songwriter. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Might mean something to somebody. I don't know. See, country sound or Western. Yeah.
Harmonics.
Yeah, definitely now. Okay. Ooh, that same the chime that he used, that chime sound in the Young Guns 2 soundtrack.
I tried to make you happy. Lord knows I've tried so hard to be what you hoped that I would be. I gave you what you wanted. tears us apart. Wild is the wind, wild is the wind. You gotta understand, baby. Wild, 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 wild is the wind. Wild is the wind. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I gotta run just like the wind. I gotta ride just like the
Now, before you give your thoughts, and this is for anyone that's listened this far into the video and our reaction review of the album, I always like to make sure it's important. This is how I think this is why I enjoy. Not that you're not enjoying this. I'm just saying the reason why I enjoy. A lot of my peers won't enjoy more than the things they can enjoy. Meaning, when I'm having a peanut butter sandwich, I'm not comparing it to steak dinner. I'm enjoying the peanut butter sandwich for what it is. It's a peanut butter sandwich, and I'm having a snack. I'm not saying, well, this isn't as good as a 5-star restaurant meal. I'm just saying that right now. But often people do that with music and art, and it's weird. Meaning, like, some things are just created. I would say, like, this is a snack, and I'm not comparing this to a small meal compared to, like, these like big prog bands and these masterpiece, whatever. I'm just saying. You can have a crappy peanut butter sandwich too. So you can have peanut butter that's not aged well, or you didn't put enough on the sandwich. You get the point. So, in the realm of 1988 rock and roll, hard rock sound, this is a solid album. To me, it's very very easy to see why this sold like 10 million copies, whatever. It's because a lot of bands, even back then, of course, they'd make these albums, and you only know their singles for a reason. Because that'd be the only good songs in the album. And here's an example of an album that, boy, there's some just strong songs here. I mean, that was a great fun. I like that song. It's kind of a serious song, so to speak. It was more of a adult type song. It wasn't, meaning like it wasn't about partying or anything like that. It was like, about love loss. He's just wild like the wind. And yeah, I like that. I like the kind of the country feel at the beginning. And then it was like country turned up to 12 type thing. You take away the electronic part, you can make this into a country rock song. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's my first time hearing it. I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
You
didn't like it?
It's a peanut butter sandwich.
You didn't like it? All right, what is it you're not liking? What is it you're not enjoying? It's okay.
It has a very generic sound to me. It just sounded very like, okay, and the lyrics are like, like there's nothing special. It's just kind of like, it's rock.
Well, special. You're right. I don't think there's anything special. I don't. But that gets exhausting. I'm just saying. I'm challenging you as well. But anyone that's agreeing with you with this comment. So I hear you and I agree with you. I agree.
As far as my
There's
ear goes, my ear
special.
is like, it's not like oh, that's interesting. I don't hear anything in there that made me go, apart from the guitar solo. And it's also because I'm very used to the Bon Jovi sound. Listening to
You're not surprised by
the hits on the radio. So to me, it just sounds like a lot of music. Is all.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I got you. I hear you. No, I mean,
that's why I said
I agree. I agree.
No,
you're right. You're right.
Tastes good.
No, I mean, I should say you're right. Of course, you're right. It's your opinion. No, you're wrong about how you feel. No, I just want to make. No, that's fine that we don't agree. And in fact, I'm sure the comments might be divided. I'm sure there's people that didn't even bother watching this video because it's Bon Jovi. Anymore, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to listen to a Nickelback album. I might have a preconceived prejudice. I'm just saying. I'm just using an example right now. Even though I assume they play catchy songs that are very popular, they've sold millions of albums. All the same arguments I'm making for Jovi, people have made for Nickelback, and that's fair, and I understand that. But for whatever reason, I've always enjoyed rock and roll. So at the end of the day, it's just something about it. Hard rock and roll. It's just easy for me to slide into and just be like, okay, it's cool. No, there's nothing special about the song as far as I agree. There's nothing about it that challenged me or made me think outside the box or anything. But but I do a lot of activities like jogging, driving, work around the house type stuff where I just want to have songs playing where I don't want to listen to 7 change beat over 11 times 3. Like there's like
maybe this will help make it a little clearer. You've introduced me because I haven't listened to Bruce Springsteen at all, but you introduced me to Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
And what I absolutely love about Bruce Springsteen is listening to the lyrics and looking at the lyrics and going like,
no, he's a poet in his own right.
Like, yeah, it's very poetic. And
Yeah.
now Springsteen and Jovi have similar kind of sounds going on.
They come from the same tree. They do come from the same tree. Yeah.
Whereas like listening to both of those, I would be like, okay, they sound the same. But with Springsteen, not the same, but they sound similar. Springsteen, I can get pulled in by the lyrics and I can get pulled in by the story. And I can follow it and I'm kind of like, I like this. Whereas this one, I was like, do I like this? I don't know. It's I don't like love it. I don't hate it though.
No, I know.
No.
Well, let's do the next. That's good. Good discussions. I like it. I'm not surprised that you're feeling this way, but that's okay. I don't think there'll be any song on this album that will do that, which you're probably not to say hoping, but what you said about the song.
The song the song before this one, I was kind of interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. The bluesy sound, everything. This one just felt a little like it was in the wind.
Okay, that's fair. So the next two, Nathan, I don't know, but let's just play it together because it's the one's called Ride Cowboy Ride. It's only a minute and a half, so it might be like a
intro thing. Yeah,
an intro, or even if it's not, it's going to be a quick little probably like acoustic ditty.
Gotcha.
Who knows?
Gotcha.
And then Stick to Your Guns is right after. So let's just do that.
Okay.
Oh, there's lyrics to it.
Record sound.
Yeah, old timey. That's Sambor. You can hear him in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's Sambor there.
Written by Captain Kidd and King of Swing.
Well, I think it's just them, Sambor and Jovi. Their nicknames, I think. I'm guessing. I know there's a person called King of Swing. Wikipedia has both of them as the... just like we thought it was a little interlude ditty of some sort, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. You want to be a cowboy. Yeah, another kind of Western... Yeah.
Keyboards sound like Bruce Springsteen. A little bit, eh? I don't know enough.
Cowboy, well, you know it's more than just the rise. You gotta know the real thing if you're gonna know the other side. Ain't nobody riding shotgun in the world tonight. And when you speak, you better mean it. You better make them all believe it. If you're gonna be the one
Yeah, kind of like the both the message and the lyrics in that one, actually.
Oh, please go on.
Yeah, just that.
No,
idea.
I mean serious. I want to hear. Yeah, what you
I
have to
like
say.
that idea of like. I mean, it's kind of an anthem for, stick to what you think is the right thing to do. Do live your life in a way that's like, shoot from the heart. They kind of said, I think, one of the lyrics, and I mean, it's obviously a bit of a pun on the idea of guns, but it's not about guns. It's
Right,
about,
of course.
It's about living your life with integrity, and I like it.
Yeah, good. I like it too. Yeah, that's another. Obviously, it's another highlight of a non-single song. Obviously, the second side is a little bit, or the second side, or the second half of the songs on the album are, let's say, a little softer. Especially the next one's a ballad, their big popular ballad coming up. So this is a softer side, which wasn't uncommon, to kind of have the one side be kind of thematic with its, pounding rock or whatever. But the second side seems a little bit softer. Excuse me, and a little bit more mellow. But doesn't make it bad in my books. But yeah, this is definitely now relating to "I'll Be There for You," and I know you know this song. It's probably been a while since you've heard it, but we both know the song very well from back in the day. But it'll be interesting to hear it again and read the lyrics. But I want you to pay attention to this one because this really showcases Richie's guitar solo. I believe a really nice solo in this, and his playing in general. He's a great guitarist. I think I've undersold his ability. Not ability, of course, he can play guitar, but his character as a guitar player and backing vocal. I think he's got incredible backing vocals to John. It's been showcased throughout this album, but this song in particular, he has a couple of key moments where he sings by himself. You'll hear the second singer come in after John, and that's Richie singing that high, great. It works off. It's you'll hear it, and
I remember.
I might just, you know the part I'm talking about.
And
Okay,
I've watched many young boys my age play air guitar on the backs of girls as they dance to this song. So,
okay, all right. Let's. Okay, so you know that song. Well, I just like that. I just wanted. I guess we'll talk about it after. But I just love that the Richie singing in the song in particular and this guitar work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You never slow dance to this song?
I don't know. Obviously, 30 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been 30 years ago.
Again, it's still like more. Now you're getting that country. It's definitely the countryside, of the album. I wonder if the last two songs will have the same thematic sound.
This is bringing back lots of memories. You hear this, you're like, oh, I gotta go find someone to go dance with.
You want to dance with me? Sure. Nobody else is asking me.
You say true love, it's suicide. You say you've cried 1,000 rivers.
I was the kid that never knew the lyrics, so I was just like,
And now you're swimming for.
Also showcases John, great vocal work. Great singer.
Drowning in my dreams. And you won't save me anymore. I'm praying to God you'll give me one more chance, girl. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you.
I always laughed at it. It was like,
Still sun from the sky.
technically it's 6 words.
Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you.
And they became in English too.
I know you know I've had some good times.
I forgot how country is.
They have their
Yeah.
own hiding
I
place.
didn't really pay attention.
Yeah.
Well, I can't promise you tomorrow, but I can't buy back yesterday. Yeah, baby, you know my hands are dirty. But I wanted to be your Valentine.
was really cool. I love that. They really play well off each other.
When you get drunk, I'll be the wine. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. I feel the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you.
I like the two chains coming up here.
I wasn't there when you were here, and I wasn't there when you were down. Didn't mean to miss your birthday, baby. I wish I'd seen you blow those candles out. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. I feel the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for. I'll
I
be
knew it.
there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. Steal the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you. Whoa, whoa,
That's Eastern guitar.
Yeah, like Eastern guitar. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic ballad song. I mean, it's going to go down the ages as one of the greatest rock love ballad songs of all time. It's so recognizable. You can play it at any wedding, any dance, and you're going to have girls sliding out of their dresses. Oh man. Yeah.
Except they're all in their 40s.
Well, hey, so am I. It's all good. Yeah. Again, like I was saying, I loved Sambora's backing vocals throughout the whole song. He's like right there. You feel listening for him. I always get a kick out of that. I get a kick out of the in a good way, the backing vocal work of the band. And Richie's a great backing vocalist for sure. And he's a great vocalist in his own right, but yeah. It's one of my favorite parts of the song. I don't know why. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I never get tired of that part when Richie kicks in. Yeah. But you've heard the song a million times.
Yeah.
But any thoughts on it additionally? Or
I
are
was
you ready
just
for
kind of
that?
like, I was trying to think like this song and it's the Poison song. There are two like
Yeah.
songs that were very like
Well, the Poison was
every rose has its thorn.
Every rose has its thorn. Yeah.
Would always be like it's like this one and that one. And I'm gonna be honest here. I was I still teach English, but when I use examples of cliche,
Sure.
I go to that song, not this one, but the Every Rose Has
Every
Its
Rose.
Thorn, because like it's like every cliche in the book. I almost
Yeah, but for
wonder-
us maybe, but for kids today, it's a new, like, I bet you there's a lot of 14, 15-year-olds that don't know that song.
Oh yeah. I just look at the lyrics. I don't even pull the song up.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a high school love note. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep, it is.
Sure.
Yep. Like you say, it's what.
But cliches are. But here's the thing about cliches. I'm not defending it, but I'm just saying what these cliches are. It's universally understood, and to tap into that market and make a lot of money from it, it's not a bad way to go.
Yeah. I mean, one person's cliche is another person's Bon Jovi. One person's cliche is another person's Nickelback.
Ugh, come on, don't look. I hate Nickelback. I don't
Some
care.
people love it.
I know, and that's fine. And there's people that hate Bon Jovi. There's people have jumped in and out of our Discord channel, saw us Bon Jovi, and ran away. So it's all good. I'm enjoying this. So for the record, I'm enjoying this, and particularly because as a purist in a weird way, because Bon Jovi is a band that has been in my. It's always been tickling my, like, listening throughout the years. I know a lot. I mean, like I said, if I saw them in concert, I knew everything I listened to. I knew the songs. There was nothing they played that I didn't know. It's one of those, in fact, it was really cool. So I saw their 2008 Highway album. What's it called again? Anyways, people know what I'm talking about. And they played their whole album. So they played in Vancouver, is where they recorded it. Lost Highway. And they recorded that album as well at the Little Mountain Studios in Vancouver.
Okay.
And they played the show in Vancouver. And they said, hey, Vancouver's always been good to us. Like, they made this album there and a couple others, I think. Mm-hmm. And so, rightfully so, they've got a special spot in Vancouver for the success of the band. They've made some incredible albums in that city. And I said, because of that, we want to play our newest album, Lost Highway. We're going to play it the whole way through. The whole album through, which I was actually listening to actively at the time. So I knew the album. And I thought it was incredible that a band did that. I thought it was really cool of them to play their whole new album, like track 1 to track whatever, 10 or 12, and then they rolled right into their next 12 to 14 hits. It was like a 2.5 hour show, and it was really cool.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool. Look it up. 2008 Vancouver, they did that for reals. Okay, so the next song is called 99 in the Shade. I do not know this one at all.
This one I might know.
Really? All right.
I might know this one, but we'll see.
Beach Boys.
Somebody tells me the time is coming down tonight. If Jesus says it's
Well, it's
just me?
definitely. Sorry, say again.
Is it just me, or didn't that sound like, for some reason, it came across as like David Lee Roth a little bit?
There's a tinge of Van Halen sound there for sure. Yeah, there was like, well, it was a party song. This was like a total summer party song. I was actually picturing, I was going back to my youth, like imagine if I was driving my car, windows down, going to go to Whitty's Lagoon, and this is playing, you know what I mean? Again, this is a driving song, it's a party song. You're like, no pun intended, they're letting their hair down and they're just having fun here. Great guitar solo by Richie. John, he did a little bit of a deep Elvis voice at the end there. They're having fun with the song. This is definitely I guess it would be classified as a filler in the sense of, but it's your classic 80s metal or glam metal, hard rock party song. This is the same vein as talk about Poison earlier. This would fit in a Poison song. It's probably the least mature song on this album, because this album in many ways has like more of a mature sound or lyrics or messages. This is definitely just
for fun.
Grabbing your 6-pack and your cooler, going to the beach and having fun.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, like, he does a lot of squeals on his guitar. You know how that's done? How to make that?
I don't think so.
That like squealy sound. It's called a pinch harmonic. And Van Halen does it a lot. That's why I was like,
okay,
there's like kind of that sound there that you hear between Sammy Hagar and Van Halen back in the day. They would kind of that's where I got the vibe from. But
okay, cool, yeah. Right, Nate. Last song on the album. Let's see this closer. I wonder if it's called Love for Sale. So I assume it probably might be a ballad, which would be, I guess, a third ballad if it is a ballad. It's strictly they had Living in Sin was a ballad, more or less. I'll Be There For You, definitely. Wild as a Wind was kind of a rock power ballad because it was faster. You could almost dance to it, but it was very common for metal bands, or sorry, metal bands, but hard rock bands or glam rock bands to end their songs in a kind of a slower song, or end their albums sometimes in a slower song. So we'll see if they do that here.
Okay, here we go.
It's not a big take. It's called Love for Sales. It's probably. Oh, harmonica. Okay. Acoustic. All right, I was wrong. Totally wrong. Good. In that Western feel.
In the head. Check out my mail. There was this letter that read, it said, love for sale, love for sale. I picked up the phone. Everyone I could, I put my fingers to the walking to the telephone book. You can't catch a fish if you ain't got the hook. I said, love for sale, love for sale. Well, say love for sale, throw me a line. Someone's day this funny Valentine. It might not be legal, but it sure ain't a crime. They don't want something crazy, being 2 steps behind. I called Lieutenant Columbo from my TV and said, I tried the dating game, I haven't found it yet. I'm hoping that you're looking like a penthouse belle. Love for sale, love for sale.
Oh, I'm totally surprised. It's nothing like I thought.
Did not expect it.
Shop for love, and you're shopping at Sears. Love for sale, love for sale. I guess I learned my lesson. It was easy to see. My own lady, she played this joke on me. I never looked where I forgot it to be. There was love for sale, love for sale, love for sale. Love for sale. Love for sale. My old lady locked it up. Love for sale. I play some blues for you, man. I got the blues. she gon' holler. I'm talking about the blues.
There's the excellent Richie work there.
Yeah.
And her big brothers, they locked my ass up one night. I got
Richie there.
shotgun with it. Is that what that was?
That was a shotgun bullet right here.
I got it, huh? Somebody give me a drink.
Oh, get back, man.
Rich,
What, bro?
I gotta go.
How come, man?
I gotta go home.
You gotta go home, young woman?
I gotta go home, man. Let's just say that the record's done, okay?
Oh, you can see how a lot of his influence rolled into his next album was actually the Young Guns 2 soundtrack album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What year was that? Oh, I guess that would have been
1990.
90. Okay.
This was 88. Yeah, and then I think they did their and they did so their next album after the next Bon Jovi like as a band album was let's see here. People are yelling, I know, but it's Keep the Faith in 92. So they took a 4-year break between albums. So and it was like it really was a Keep the Faith. Actually, that'd be one night. If somebody wants to donate for that one, I think that'd be a good one for Nathan to listen to, quite frankly. Because it's them stepping away from, of course, now grunge has come out, Pearl Jam's 10, and so bands like Bon Jovi kind of had to reestablish what avenue are we gonna take, and by this point in 92, the hair metal, glam, like puffy hair and all that stuff had gone away completely. And but Bon Jovi, smart business move, they changed their sound, and a very mature album, which this one was leaning towards. Like I said, the last song, the party song with 99 in the Shade, that was definitely the most party song. It was probably their last one to be like that. And this one here with the country feel definitely ties into where John was going to go with Young Guns 2 soundtrack and other albums like Lost Highway and what have you. It's a fun little ditty with acoustic guitar. They're just kicking back, and
I was just gonna say that's blues done well. Like that to me, that's like true blues. To do this kind of like, let's just kind of jam in an acoustic and pull out the harmonica, and there's no like direction per se. Obviously, like blues is always in like you have a certain kind of chords that you play, a certain number of bars, and then you go to your chorus, and then you keep kind of like back and forth there. Yeah, blues is a pretty straightforward genre to play in the terms of like the chords. How you like jam is kind of a little more like jazz, but like it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's cool to see that they could pull that off well. I thought that was really cool.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was a great ending. Surprised me. So I'm glad it did. I went with my bet was on, that was I get cliche, speaking of cliche. My bet was on something that was called Love for Sale. I thought, it's going to be another. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they had a fun song, a fun little ditty, acoustic, harmonica, blues, and I love that sound. And I wish they did a whole album like that. Even that'd be great. But yeah, that was fun stuff. And again, they're young. 25, 26 years old. I just think how young that is. Oh, yeah. This is their 4th album. That blows me away. So good for them. Good for John and Richie and all the bandmates there. Well-deserved success. It was a big selling album. It spoke to the time. I mean, you got to. What I meant by Peter Butter sandwich as well. It speaks in. It's a history of time, sound and music. What was popular at the time, and. Would this album make it today? Well, probably not. I don't know where it would be marketed or how it could be marketed. Strictly just if it was just done by a band that never existed before, like if Bon Jovi never existed, and all of a sudden this album dropped today, it'd be interesting to see what it would do. It'd be an interesting experiment. But
I
for
I
me,
think it was influential. I would say very influential in the sense that both rock and country, I think, have
Right.
borrowed and grown in different directions as a result.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, this was the last of an era for the Jovi clan. Like I said, their '92 album, they changed gears a little bit. Yeah. Uh, all right. Well, thank you so much for this Patreon request. This was a very yeah, it was nice to do like that retro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looking
Brought back
back
memories.
Yeah.
I kind of I kind of envy uh other channels that get to listen to Bad Medicine for the first time.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? There's the kids, the kids. We're talking about 14, 15-year-olds, 20-year-old kids. Oh, let's listen to this Bon Jovi song. It's called "Living on a Prayer." Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
So I kind of envy them in a weird way. But what I liked about this, and thank you again to Sharon for this Patreon request, is I got to complete it. This is my first time to listen all the way through, definitely from beginning to end, in the order of which was released, and the way they wanted you to hear the album.
Mhm.
It was cool to do that because it's a monumental album. Look, Bon Jovi's a big band, whether you like them or not, or how much you think of it. They're a big band. They've sold hundreds of millions of records. They sell it wherever they go. And this is one of their biggest albums. So it was cool to hear it all the way through. Now I can say, yes, I've listened to New Jersey all the way through, every track. And I get it. I get why it's so popular today amongst the Bon Jovi fandom. It's a well-received, well-loved album, both for nostalgic purposes, and a lot of it holds up today. It's a fun music, and I wasn't bored once throughout the album. Maybe not surprised, like you're saying, Nathan. I agree. Nothing special in the sense of like unique or like, oh, that's great, because we're used to this wheelhouse. This is our, we listened to this type of music for years, you and I. But I get why it's popular. Totally.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Again, putting it in the context of when it came out, it really was influential. Yeah. Like I said, there's parts I really enjoyed from that, and there's others that are like,
Sure.
not my thing, but I understand why people would like it. And again, I don't want to tread on people's experiences and how they feel about it. And
you're very respectful. Don't worry about that. You're not doing that. No, it's okay. I mean, we've been harsh before. There's no reason to be harsh with this album. It's a fun listen, and even safe at times, but then again, it's fun. And I was surprised by a couple tracks. Again, like "Love for Sale" at the very end there. "The Wild Like the Wind" was a great song. The "Runaway Train," or whatever they call Homebound Train. That was a great listen. So there's tracks I'm glad I got to listen to I'd never heard before, and I don't think I ever would have. Right? I don't think I would have voluntarily gone back to listen to this album. So I'm glad I did. So thank you so much, Sharon, for that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, you got 2 guns there. Yeah.
That's right. I got to stick to them, bah.
Let's stick to your guns.
All right.
Okay. See ya.